Previously on Metronoma, we finally got the curved bone, and my god, was there a smile upon my face that day. However, we still had to kill many moss giants to be able to hit our level 55 magic goal to cast High Alchemy. We also then had to train fire making, which is what we did, and by God, we burnt down a forest on the campfire around the moss giants, and that led us to rolling. And we didn't just roll once or twice, we rolled multiple times, which meant that we are slowly unlocking the map one chunk at a time. Welcome back. We are just exploring the chunk that we just unlocked, which was the Ardy Bank chunk. So I don't really know much about this chunk. It has a few chunk tasks, which we will get to, but I'm just looking here. I feel like this cave is part of some quest. I'm not exactly sure what quest. But it looks like I can get in without going out of my chunk, which is pretty cool. So I have no idea what's in here. There's some bats, there's some rats. Okay, rats are interesting for when we unlock Herblore. More goblins, which are they going to let me in? Okay, they're just going to attack me. That level 2, that doesn't mean anything. Just running around. Doesn't look like... Oh, there's black mushrooms. Wonder if that means I can dye my cape, actually. Not sure. Anyway, can I enter this crack? No, I can't seem to squeeze through. I'm assuming that's part of the quest. Oh, I just noticed as well, I unlocked a new music track, which is pretty cool. Can I do anything with it? Let's see if I can dye my cape. No. Oh well. Okay. What else is around here? Just looks like some boxes and some rats. So, I don't know. Maybe useful in the future. Who knows? I'm just searching through these boxes here to see if I can find anything useful. Wait, what? That's a chicken? What? A chicken can jump out of the crate. Okay. I don't know what that means, but I can get chicken, which means... Oh, that means I can get feathers. Does that mean I have a feather source? How the hell does this work? Okay, I'm gonna have to have a look at this and come back to you all. So it turns out that these crates in the goblin cave here can spawn chickens randomly. So I have a feather source now, which is cool. They don't seem to spawn all the time though, and you can get rats or spiders. Oh, there we are, first feathers. Yeah, so I don't really get how it works, but yeah, I've unlocked feathers on the account. Not sure what that means though. Well, I do know what it means now, because I've looked at the chunk tasks, and I only have 4 chunk tasks that we need to do in this chunk, but the first one is I need to obtain a mithril arrow, and the only way I can do that is actually fletching it myself. So feathers, pretty important for that, so that's pretty lucky. I don't have any skilling chunk tasks, but I do have 3 miscellaneous, which are I need to obtain the Clue Hunter gloves and the Clue Hunter boots, and we also need to start Plague City, but we can't get much further, so we can only do about 3 of the steps, I believe. So I'm just going to cut down this tree here and make some arrow shafts, and then I can use these feathers that I just got to make my first feathered arrow shafts. And if I go up in the grand tree to my good friend Gullick, I believe he sells mithril arrowheads, so let's just go up here. Climb up, and where is he? Yeah, trade. And yeah, there they are. Okay, buy them. How much are they? 16 coins. That's not too much. And yeah, first mithril arrows on the account. Lucky we got all those fletching levels before, but yeah, obtaining a mithril arrow complete. And the best thing about unlocking this chunk is the spade, which means I can now use the fruit tree and the tree patch in the gnome stronghold, and I now have a viable way to train my farming. So I need to grow these into saplings first. Let's buy this, and then I think I have a bucket which I can fill with water. And then I can fill my watering can, which means I can then chuck and water these oak trees. Okay, I'll just wait for these to grow, and then I can plant my first oak tree on the account. Okay, oak tree has grown. Just get rid of these weeds, and just like that, we can now train farming. Get to use all my seeds from all the birds' nests we have so far, which is great. So we are just going to start Plague City now, which we can do here. This will be a very important quest for us in the future, especially if we can get a few more chunks, and then we have the ability to unlock Biohazard with our rule set, which means we can do Underground Pass, which means we can get into the Elflands, which is absolutely amazing. I'm really looking forward to that because I don't think there's many chunkers that are actually in the Elflands, so I'd really like to get in there as quick as I can. So yeah, I'm just going to go through this, and I'll be back at the last step I can do. Okay, I'm softening this soil for Edmund using my trusty spade, and I am now in the sewer, which I think is the last step I can do, because to be able to pull off this grill I need some rope, which I don't have access to in my chunks. So that's it for now. And I think I also forgot to record, but I got the Clue Hunter gloves and boots, so sorry about that, but it's not that important anyway. But you know what that means? It means it is time for a chunk roll. So let's go and roll again. Okay, well, another chunk roll. We've got what we've wanted so far. It has been good. I really would like 7 or 8. Now, 7 would be great for farming. 8 is just a good chunk for us to get. Opens up a lot of doors. It'd be nice to have another town. But yeah, I guess we just wait and see. We got pretty lucky. I don't know how much luckier we're going to get, but yeah, really want to avoid 4 if I can for now, but let's wait and see. Let's do it. Come on. Come on. Okay. That's nothing, I think. But we will go check it out. Can't go that way. Can go down there. And let there be light. And there we go. Okay. Doesn't really unlock anything for us except for some mountains. Yeah, not much, I think. I don't think I can go up here. No. But yeah, cool to unlock another chunk anyway, and back to the chunk picker. Only one chunk added then, chunk number 8, Eagle's Peak. So yeah, let's roll. Let's do it. Lots of rolls today. We actually did it. We unlocked Barbarian Assault. Holy shitballs. Holy shitballs. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Let's see what the tasks are. Oh my god. Oh my god. Holy crap. Yeah, wow. Wow, what's that? 81 tasks. I don't know if I can do them all, but yeah. We got Barbarian Assault unlocked. Whew. Exciting. Very exciting. Before we do any chunk tasks, we've got to unlock the chunk and have a run through it. So, like this, we will make it active and we can now access, first of all, Barbarian Fishing. And there's the entrance to the ancient cavern, which we are going to spend a lot of time in, I imagine. And down here is the one and only Barbarian Assault. What are we going to do here? I imagine quite a lot. Quite a lot. So we've got the guy that gives rewards here. At least we've got access to another bank as well. Pretty sure this has a minigame teleport as well. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And before we get into it, there's a sneaky level 21 farming for you. Woohoo! Now, this is usually the time that I would break down the chunk tasks into the best in slot, the skill requirements, and the miscellaneous tasks that we need to achieve to be able to roll again. This chunk, though, is a little bit different because I have 88 chunk tasks that I need to complete before I can roll again. Now, if I listed all 88 of those tasks on the screen for you right now, you would get incredibly bored, it would be very, very small, and it wouldn't help anyone. I need to make sure that in this chunk, I do not get burnt out. And I've decided to do that, I am going to set 4 main goals that I need to achieve. And by doing that, I should hopefully be able to rotate around and make sure that we get out of this chunk as quick as we can, because I cannot stress this enough. This might be a year to a year and a half grind. A lot of it is RNG, which could be great, but who knows when it comes to things like that. So without further ado, let's get into plan number 1, the Penance Project. Now, the Penance Project consists of one main activity, and I don't know if you guessed it, but it is Barbarian Assault. We are going to have to play a motherload of Barbarian Assault to tick off all the chunk tasks that we need to be able to roll again. Now, there are 6 main tasks that we need to complete. The first one, obviously, is that we need to complete the Barbarian Assault collection log, which means that we need to obtain the Fighter Hat, the Healer Hat, the Runner Hat, the Ranger Hat, the iconic Fighter Torso or Penance Torso, whichever one you want to call it, the Penance Skirt, the Penance Boots, the Penance Gloves, the Granite Body, the Granite Shield, and the Granite Helm, which are from high-level gambles. And I know the question that you will be asking is, do I need to get the Penance Queen pet? And if you've been watching from the start, in episode 1, I set my rule set that I wouldn't need to get the Penance Queen pet. But I've been thinking about it, and you know what? Getting the Penance Queen pet on a chunker would be pretty damn cool. So you know what? I am going to try my hardest to get it. So we need to try and get the Penance Queen pet, which is a 1 in 1,000 drop from high-level gambles. We also need to obtain a Rune Arrow, which we can get from high-level gambles. We need to obtain a Rune Axe, which you can only get from low-level gambles randomly, but actually would be very, very helpful, even though it would have been great when I was doing my woodcutting grind. But anyway, We also then need to get level 5 in the Defender, Attacker, Healer, and Collector's roles in Barbarian Assault, because that's a diary task. And there is one last task, which is obtain a Dragon Chain Body, which is an absolute meme drop. It's about 1 in 16k, so I doubt that I get it. But we're going to put it here because if I do get it, it's absolutely iconic and it will be amazing for the account. So here we are at Barbarian Assault, starting with Captain Kane here. I believe we need to do the tutorial, although I hope there's an option that we can skip it. I haven't done this in literal years, so let's see. There was an option to skip. Okay, let's go do that. But yeah, so we're going to be here for ages. Now there is all the collection log items, obviously, which are really good to get, and some of them are best in slot for us. But even better is that Barbarian Assault has the ability to get like so many items that will be very, very helpful in the future. So, okay, gotta go get my beaver. Where are you, Mr. Beaver? Where is it? There it is. Yeah, so as I was saying, there's heaps of good items here, like skilling supplies that will really help us. But we'll get into that when we gamble in the future. Put the beaver in the bank, and yeah, straight into Barbarian Assault. Look at that. Yeah, going to be spending a lot of time in these walls. But before we get into it, we need to talk about the other chunk tasks, in particular, the second major project that we have, which is the Ancient Cavern. You thought that the Penance project was going to take a long time. Well, I welcome you to Operation Ancient Cavern, or the OAC for short, which is going to take probably even longer than the Penance project will. There's a lot to do here. A lot of it is RNG. But to even begin, the first chunk task that we need to do is unlock Barbarian Training with Otto the God Blessed. Now, we don't have the ability to do all of Otto's training, but the key one that we can do is we can make a fire with a bow because we just trained our fire making in our last major chunk. And then we can learn about pyre ships, which means that we can access the Ancient Cavern and all the wonders that are in there. Obviously, the biggest chunk task, though, is obtaining the Draconic Visage, which is a 1 in 10k drop from Mithril Dragons, which are level 304 combat. This scares me, probably more than the Penance Queen, to be honest, because this could take a substantial amount of time, and I actually have no idea how I'm going to be able to kill these things yet, because I don't have any good weapons other than my magic short bow, so going to have to go brainstorm that, which leads us to the rest of the Mithril Dragon best in slot drops that we need to get. Obviously, we need to get Runite Bolts. Runite Bolts will be our best range weapon, even though we can't shoot them because we don't have a crossbow. We need to get Chewed Bones, and Mithril Dragons also do drop the 1 in 32k Dragon Full Helm, which is a meme drop as well. Don't expect to get that, but I will have to try and get it from Chewed Bones in the future, so I'm going to try and grab as many Chewed Bones as possible in this grind, so hopefully that when I can do that, I get that very, very quickly. We also then need to collect all of the My Notes or Ancient Pages. There is 26 of them for us to collect, and they're scattered throughout the Ancient Cavern. We then have a big Water Fiend grind, and the main things that we need are Blue Dehyde Vambrances, which will be our best range gloves for the time being. We also need to get a Mystic Water Staff, and a massive drop, which would actually be really helpful, is the Mist Battle Staff at 1 in 3k from the Water Fiends. And last but not least, we have to get a iconic item. That's what this whole chunk unlock is, just unlocking iconic items, and that is the Rune Cine, the Rune Scimitar, which drops from the ancient barbarian spirits at a rate of 1 in 128 and will be my best melee weapon. I also need to get level 40 attack, obviously, to be able to wield it, which I already have. But yes, Operation Ancient Cavern is going to take a long time, a very long time. Pretty scary, but at least there is a lot for us to try and do. I can say that doing more than one thing is great for avoiding burnout. And we are making a fire with a bow for Otto as part of barbarian training, which is kind of cool that I guess we can light fires wherever we want now to train fire making, I assume. And now that I've set fire to logs with a bow, I'm going to seek more knowledge, and I'm pretty sure here he is going to teach me a ceremony, which is basically burning bones bones of the barbarians, which you do on these pyre sites here. And he's telling me that I can get them in the cavern under the lake, which is the ancient cavern. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's go finish this and go into the ancient cavern for the first time. Okay, here we are, about to dive into the whirlpool for the first time, which you need to do from the platform. And yes, let's enter the unknown. Oof. This is a great animation. Look at that cape, straight in. Look at this gear, jumping in the ancient cavern. These mithril dragons aren't going to know what hit them. Okay, let's see. Yep. Okay, first time going down. Let's see. Are we going to get smashed straight away by something? I imagine it's probably all aggressive. Okay, I saw a green dragon, but there's a mithril dragon someone's killing. Good for them. Yeah, brutal green dragon. Ooh, okay, that hit me straight away. And you can't escape from the ancient cavern, which sucks, which means that I have to use my only teleport, which is the barbarian assault teleport, which I can only use every 20 minutes. So each trip down here is going to have to count, I guess. And you are witnessing my first game of Barbarian Assault on the account, just in World 306. And the only role I could get to begin with was healer. So I watched a quick video on this, but I actually do enjoy Barbarian Assault. I used to really enjoy it back in the day. I don't know if I'll say that after playing this for the next probably year, but I don't know. We will wait and see. So with the healer role, I've just got to kill these penance healers by using the correct bait. Bear with me, okay? It's been a while since I've played this. I'm hoping I get better over time. That's one dead. Okay, that was pretty easy. And let's take out this other penance healer here. Don't really need to heal anyone on level 1 because the rangers and the fighters don't really do much damage. But die. 58 seconds. Is that good? Maybe. And 12 points. The first 12 points on the account. Come on. Come on. And wave 2 we go. Now, it's taken me a while, but I finally had a team that is going to go through to level 10 and the Penance Queen. Yeah, just kept having people leave, unfortunately, but I guess that's what happens when you play with randoms. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember what I need to do. But we will just wait and see. So I'm just going to run around here and yeah, basically kill these healers and let's get to the queen as quick as we can. Okay, healing. I think we are almost there. Yeah, just been running around healing people. I only heal 10 HP, but I think that's because I'm a level 1 healer. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'll check that after this game. Okay, come on. I think we have enough eggs now. I don't know how many you need. I feel like we got like 5 or something like that. But yeah, let's shoot. And done. Done. First Penance Queen kill on the Chunker. And it took 28 minutes and 28 seconds. I feel like that's probably not great, but if it is, I am in trouble in the future with these grinds. But yeah, 248 healer points we have right now. And straight into a farming level 22 farming. These levels now just got quick. Check these trees once a day. I decided to go back into the ancient cavern for a bit rather than play more Barbarian Assault, and I have obtained the water battle staff, which I didn't even know was a chunk task, but there you go. We have a water battle staff from the Water Fiends, which is unlimited water runes, which is that good? I don't know. Don't know if that's good, but it may be helpful for something. I just finished up exploring the ancient cavern properly for the first time, and I got my first ancient page, which, if I copy it to my log, I don't know if these come up in order. I also got some mangled bones as well, because I looted a corpse, which I'll probably show in the future. But yeah, that's a collection log slot. What's that? Looks like number 12. So page number 12 of the My Notes completed. 25 to go. And with the check of this oak tree, that's level 23 farming, and I can make scarecrows. But farming is pretty simple at the moment. It is plant tree, check tree, get farming level, and then repeat the process. So yeah, I'm going to keep doing that whilst I can, because yeah, it's pretty good XP for me at the moment. And I just realized that I forgot to show you at the end of my Water Fiend trip what I got. But I got a water battle staff, some sharks, some mist runes, which are kind of cool, a water battle staff, and vials of water, which would have been great if we had unlocked Herblore, but we haven't yet. We've gone through the first major goal, which is the Penance Project, and the second major one, which is Operation Ancient Cavern, which leads us to our third major goal, which is called Diverse Diaries, and is basically just diary tasks. So really, when it comes to diary tasks, the majority of them are dealt with in Penance Project and Operation Ancient Cavern, because they are regarding, those activities where you just get diary tasks for doing certain things, like killing a mithril dragon or completing a wave of Barbarian Assault. But there are 2 tasks that have nothing to do with those activities. And the first one is I have to get level 75 farming to be able to grow a magic tree, because magic seeds come from Barbarian Assault in the high level gambles. So I can train farming now, so that'll be passive, but it's going to happen before I roll, I imagine. And then the second one is we need to start and do part of Alfred Grimhand's bar crawl, which is the mini quest that you need to complete to access the Barbarian Outpost, which I can't complete because you've got to travel around the whole map. But I can start it and do part of it, so we will need to do that before we roll again as well. I just want to take one moment here to say that I am so close to my subscriber goal. When I started this channel, I wanted to get to 1,000 subscribers, and with your support, I am almost there. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do, because there is a lot more chunk content coming your way. But I am sure that you are sitting there wondering, what is next? What else do we need to complete in this chunk? We've got Penance Project that we need to complete, which is going to take probably over 1,000 hours. We have Operation Ancient Cavern, which could also take up to 1,000 hours. We then have our diverse diaries that we need to complete through, all the different diaries in Kandarin, and the other one, which I forget the name of, which revolves around the barbarian area. But there's one big chunk goal that we need to complete. And I've alluded to it, but I haven't got there yet. But I'm not going to tell you what it is. You're going to have to tune back in. So let me know in the comments what you think the last chunk goal we need to complete is. And I will see you back in just a few weeks. Time to grind Barbarian Assault. I can tell you that. So thank you for watching, and be back before you know it.